Hello there, Cruiser, and welcome. I'm Shadow Lummox, and I'm here on Wreckfest to do the new seasonal challenge for the solo tournament. And this time it's banger racing at the Hilltop Stadium. The aim of the game is to get as high a score as possible, and I'm going to show you how to do that and get a gold. With the settings, I just go with what I normally do, but you can run the gears in automatic. Really does make huge difference, and I don't do anything with the settings here. The only reason I keep it in manual is because I really just like going down the straights in fourth gear and taking the corners in thirds, and don't really use brake. And off the start, you definitely don't use brake. Plow it the inside there as hard as you can, causes as much carnage as possible. And you want to be quite aggressive as you move through the field. Notice your multiplier in the top right corner goes up as you go through the positions. It can go as high as ×5. So you do want to get as high as you can, as quickly as you can, while being as aggressive as possible. And there are things that can trip you up along the way in this course, such as these rocks in the corners there. They will end your runs quite quickly. Also, the AI that will be littered on the track, where they just crumple normally, but when they're stationary wrecked targets, they can cause carnage for your runs. And then, of course, there is the middle, and you just got to get lucky here, but reset quickly if you can and be on your way as soon as possible. And back to the run. The AI as well can just try and end things for you, but reset, keep going. As long as your position's high enough and your multiplier is high enough, ideally ×3 or above is what you want to be aiming for. So when you start wrecking people, you're gonna get a good score. And as you go through, it is just taking advantage of the carnage that will naturally happen as the field starts to spread out from about lap 2 or 3 onwards. If you're lucky, and there is some amount of luck in this to get a decent score, you can easily end up just driving yourself around and no one else is around you. The carnage is happening in other parts of the track. Another good reason to be aggressive as possible, so you can get those wrecking assists even if you're not directly involved in the carnage that's going on this course. As you can see, I don't get to first, don't get anywhere near first, and so far my score isn't that great, but you just keep picking people off as you go along, taking opportunities to be as aggressive as you can with the AI. You never know what will cause a wreck and get you that big score. As you can see, still losing some positions, but still staying close, taking opportunities, and even there, getting a wreck off someone driving into me, and then seeing another opportunity here to end another AI's race, and that will give me my gold with still a lap and a half to go. But still want to cause as much carnage as possible, building up that score. But a good trick that I'll do right at the end of the race, even if you're a little bit short on score, as long as you're quite high up in the pecking order, those wrecks will still give you a decent score. 10,000, 15,000 quite easily. And to get the gold, you only need 72,000. If you're in first with a ×5 multiplier, and sorry about that, and you haven't got the score you need by the end of the race because of field spread, just before you get to the finish line, you're going to do a handbrake turn yourself around, start driving against the field. Don't want to go too far though. If you drive too far, the race will finish for you naturally. The game will force it to happen. But if you stay around this beginning area and pick people off as they come down, you can get a good score. In first place with a ×5 multiplier, that's 25,000 points per wreck. You only need to get 4 to get a gold. So these are just good tricks to help build up that score. So just want to say diolch and thank you for watching.